Hello, darling. It's Lakia Mack, your Investie Bestie. And today we are going to jump right in and we're going to start talking about falling in love. But not the type of love you're thinking of, right? So today we're talking about falling in love with property. Now, I always tell y'all I'm coming to you as your best friend. And I always talk about like how I have kids and you might hear them. Well, today they are home early from school, so you're going to hear them. Come here, TJ. This is my oldest son. They can't see you. Look at that handsome face, guys. Okay, you can go. Love you. All right, so we're going to jump right in. We're going to start talking about being in love. All right, so I typically work with a lot of investors, obviously, as your Investie Bestie. But whether I'm working with an investor, first-time home buyer, third-time home buyer, whatever, I don't want my clients falling in love with a property. Now, it's not because I'm cold-hearted, even though I'm pretty sure there's a person or two out there, or 10, who's going to say she is cold as ice. But guess what? I'm cold as ice and twice as nice. And I ain't never had a bad day in my damn life. If you know where that line came from, we are best friends for real. But back to the point at hand. We all know love makes you ignore red flags. In relationships, in the housing world, it doesn't matter. Like, being in love will literally make you ignore red flags. Now, I'm reading my notes over here, guys. Now, falling in love is what makes buyers overpay. They waive protections. They regret decisions after closing. So my job is to be the voice of reason and keep those emotions in check, okay? Side note, I'm a Libra. We're the only inanimate. Did I pronounce it right? We're the only zodiac sign that is not a living, breathing thing. We're scales. We're machines, baby. Okay, we're inanimate. I said it right that time. We're inanimate. So my job is to keep you from being emotional and overpaying the emotional price. Now, when buyers fall in love with the property, there's three things that usually happens, right? First, they justify the issues. They'll say things like, oh, that's minor. We can fix it later. Now, in some cases, that could very well be, especially as an investor. You can very well fix it later, right? But at what cost? I don't care if you're an investor or you're going to be living in the property. That's important to think about. The second thing is they stop asking the logical questions about resale, neighborhood trends, future risk. I can't find where I put that on my notes, so I'm coming off the top of this big old dome. Third, they agree to terms that they normally wouldn't accept. So they may waive inspections. Speaking of which, what I've noticed is more clients will, clients who want to live in the property are more likely to waive an inspection or attempt to waive an inspection than clients who want to actually live in the property. Did I say that right? I'm sorry, than clients who are investors, clients who want to invest in the property and hold it or whatnot. And you would think, okay, as an investor, they'd rather waive inspection, especially if they're going to fix it anyway, right? So that makes sense. But why do you think that someone who's going to move into a property will want to waive an inspection? They let their emotions get involved. And the thing is, a lot of times they're like, I don't care what the inspection says. I love this house so much, I'm buying the house. Oh, that crushes my heart. I hate to hear it. Please get the inspection, please. Because just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And odds are, what you don't see is the bigger headache anyway. Now, where was I? Overlook appraisal gaps, which means an appraisal gap means that the property appraises for less than what you want to purchase it for, right? So let's say that the purchase price is $100,000, just for the sake of this conversation, and let's say it appraises at $90,000, so there's a $10,000 appraisal gap. The bank ain't gonna pay for that. Who you think gonna pay for it? That was one of the things that was happening during the pandemic when people were overpaying for prices. It was appraising at one price, but they were, I want this house. I can get it for a 2%, 3% interest. I don't care. I'm in love. And now some of those people don't have those honeymoon, what do you call it? Honeymoon glasses on, rose-colored glasses on anymore, because the honeymoon phase is over. The third thing is they agreed to terms that they normally would accept. So that, wait, did I already say that? I did. I'm losing my mind. When I'm looking at a house, I look at it with an exit strategy in mind. Now, whether that be an investment property or a property that I'm living in, I always try to have an exit strategy in mind, because you just never know what can happen. And I'm not speaking bad on anything or anyone, but for me personally, it's just logic. I don't look at it from a romantic standpoint. I'm checking how long houses in the area have been sitting on the market, how easy it will be to resell. Now, of course, that fluctuates, but what's it doing right now? I want to know. Whether the upgrades that they're saying is actually worth it, because I mean, people, the thing is, some upgrades, it looks pretty, but it doesn't add value to the home. And then also, what problems might show up in the inspection or the appraisal? Like that's important too when we're going out looking at property. So while the client is falling in love and getting all googly-eyed, I'm looking at different things. Like, okay, there's a crack over there. Doesn't look foundational, but, worth noting. Or, wait a minute, this spot on the floor, it has a weak spot. So things that my buyer may not be looking for because they're all in love. Because they're all in love, that they're going to miss. Or sometimes you just don't know. Where am I on my list? Un momento. So when you're buying a house, you can love the house after the numbers work out, after the inspection is to your liking, after the appraisal numbers work out, after the contract and everything is agreed upon. Then you can love the house, but not before. Loving the house first is how a lot of people end up house poor, house stressed, and house stuck. And I want to help you avoid that. So, if you are ready to turn confusion into coins and questions into closed deals, I'm your girl, Lakia Mack, your Investie Bestie with LoKation Real Estate. 470-948-5545. Email me, lakia@lakiamack.com. As always, I am your Investie Bestie, Lakia Mack, your Investie Bestie. And thank you for taking the time to watch my channel. Oh, and since my last video, I got like, I think 2, 3. What did I have last time? 48, I think. I think I have 48. I think I have 51 now. So 3. Thank you. Shout out to you 3. And to all my other subscribers. All my millions of subscribers that I don't have yet, but y'all coming. Thank you so much. I am Lakia Mack, your Investie Bestie. And until next time.